Okay guys, welcome back. Here we have the 2017 axonometric question. So it's a camera with a lens, a round lens. Our angles are 30 degrees. So when it's 30 and 45, we just know that's a 15-degree slope down the way here. So I'm not going to get into the axonometric planes here on this one and all that. We just know that this is 45 degrees. The axis here are 30, so that's going to be 15 degrees slope down. So going to start off with the top view. Again, I have the sheet on vertical here just because the question is taller than it is wide, so I have the sheet on vertical. I'm going to start here. This top view is 100 by 55 in this direction, so I'm going to start off with the top view. And again, nothing goes further to the left than this, so you're going to start this top view, keep it well to the left. So 100 by 55. So that's 100. Now our distances here are 30 and 25. And the lens is 48. So when I get the center, the center of this, so if our lens is 48, that's going to be 24 to the left and 24 to the right, which would be 48. So here's the lens sticking out. So just heavy that in. Here's the body of the camera. So I'm just going to extend here. This is our right hand wall, left hand wall. There's our camera. Here's the corner of the room here. I'm going to go up a little bit here. And I'm going to put on 30 degrees. Keep them pretty light now. 30 degrees. Vertical. So wall, wall, floor. And I'm going to lightly extend this one out. Just go a tiny bit to the right of this, just a few mil will do. And that's going to be where we're going to draw our elevation or our front view. So that's 15 degrees down. And a 90-degree angle here. So in other words, that's 15 degrees to the right of vertical, 90-degree angle. So our camera is 100 wide and it's 60 high. So there's our camera, and I'll just, it's going to cross the corners diagonally, but it's not. It's in 40 and halfway up. So it's in 40 and halfway up, which is 30 high. There's our center. So I'm going to put on just a horizontal line through there. And we're going to draw this. So we know it's radius 24. So again, don't set your compass off the, do not set your compass off the set square. It's not accurate. So here is our lens, and we're in business. Let's get started. Now, when I have this drawn, it's going to look like something like this now. Just put a quick sketch in here. So it's going to look something like that. Something like that. So the most important corner to find is this, because you can't see in at the back. So we want to find this front corner here. That's the most important corner to find. So I'm going to project it down from up here, bring it up from below, and that is this corner. So I now know next onto the footprint, so that here is the footprint. I probably shouldn't have put that line in heavy now. I could be sorry now that I did that in a minute. But anyway, because the lens is going to be probably blocking that out, so I'll lighten it in later on. So my heights now, so my heights are coming from up here, because you can't put measurements on the 3D. The 3D is smaller. We know that's 100, but down here it's only 82 or 3. So this is smaller. You can't put measurements on it. You have got to project. So here's the height for that. Here is the far back corner. So this here is my top. I know I can heavy in the left hand side. So there's my wall meeting floor, wall meeting wall, floor meeting wall, and there's all the body heavied in. As I said, I know I'll probably regret. I'll just lighten that off there. And I'm going to lighten off just the back corner here now as well, because okay, so that there is our camera body set up. So the next thing I'm going to do here now is where I brought this line out here, that point X up here, I want to bring that height down to here and take that height across. Now that is going to contain the left, the right and the center. So the left is here, the right is there, and the center. And now if I put on this vertical line through the center, I can bring down the top and the bottom. Okay, so we have the 4 key points. So what I'm going to do there now is I'm going to just random pick, and I'll put these in again in a color. Put these in red. So I'm just going to put a random vertical line there, random vertical line over here, and random vertical here, and random vertical out here. Now you're better off to keep one of them out by the end, because the curve changes a lot at the outside, so you're better off having your points closer to the left and right rather than up here where it kind of doesn't change that much in the 3D. You'll see in a second. So now I want to bring down these key points here, so I can just project them straight onto that line here. That's our center line going across here, so I can bring all of those down. Now you'll notice there I just mark a lot of these because now we've got a problem here. Now we have got a problem in that we're drawing this inside circle here, and that's going to cause a problem for us. Now how to solve that problem, actually, there's 2 ways of doing it. Okay, I'm going to draw this light. I don't like usually doing this, but look, we'll work around it. So I'm putting on these lines. I'm putting on the vertical lines now, going through these. And I'm going to project down. So on the first one, here's the top and there's the bottom. And on the second one, top and bottom. Third one, top and bottom, bottom and top, I guess. And the last one, top and bottom. So I have now all the points, but if you can just see here on the little sketcher, you're only going to see some of this heavy, and because this kind of extrudes out the way now, we have a slight problem in that this here is going to be our front corner. So if I project this up, this right, and I'm going to project out the right hand line here. Now this point here is going to be that's the right hand side of the front circle here. So now that I have that, I can extrude all these points forward and mark out that thickness. So I'm going to do the top first. So what I can do here now is I'm going to draw in the curves that I can see here. I'm going to put on some of the curve here now at the back. Now, I'm not going to draw any more of the rest of that for a while, because what I want you to see here now is I'm going to be adding the thickness of this now out. So I brought up the front right hand corner and I set the back right to the front right as setting my compass. So that's the thickness of the lens in the 3D. So I'm going to step all of these out now by the same distance as that. And I'm going to just put on the front of this curve, the points that I have brought so far. Okay, so you can see there now we've got the curve at the back, the curve at the front, but I now need to bring out these bottom points. So I'll just project those out. And I'm going to add these distances out. So you've got to just, that's the very bottom, next one over, next one over, and that would be the end. Okay, so I can see here now the rest of this curve. Now, so I'm going to have to lighten just off there now where the lens is blocking, so I'll just rub that out there, and I can heavy in the bottom of the camera going back to here, just heavy this in there, and just heavy in our curve. And that there now be left wall, right wall, floor. And I generally prefer to actually draw the front one first and just take back the top. And how I could, and it probably would have been easier to do it that way, is if I had treated this like a full rectangle, and if I had just treated it like a full box, and I had brought down the height there onto here, which would be the corner of that box, and taken it across, and that would have been a better way of doing it. But either it's still correct, but it's easier to just draw the very front lens if you can find the surface that it's on and take it back. I think it's easier than kind of bringing it forward from points that you can't actually see. So yeah, best of luck with that.